Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are gonna work on these pockets that are made of index cards. So we have three different styles, but it's basically the same technique. So hopefully this is not gonna take too long, but I think it's very cute the way they look like. This was a coin envelope and this one that has the flip around. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with this one. That is the basic technique, and for this one you're gonna need, of course, the index cards and glue. If you want to have this shape, you're gonna need scissors. In my case, I'm gonna use this scallop scissors. You can use anything that you want, and something to draw kind of the circle here, and then decoration as you wish. So let's get started. We're gonna need 2 index cards for each one of these pockets. Okay, so from the scoreboard, I like using the centimeters measurement rather than the inches, because centimeters are a lot smaller. So we go here, and to me it's just, I put the index cards and we're gonna make a fold in the 2 sides. Okay, it's 1 centimeter each. So you just get the 2 index cards and make the mark in there. Go to the other side and do the same thing. To me it's just 1 centimeter. Okay, and then with only one of them you do the same at the bottom. Okay, so you mark it once again and you do this. This is gonna be like a wrapping paper. Okay, so we're gonna cut here and we're gonna cut here. We can cut here and here, and so we can fold now like this, and we're gonna use the same technique for the others. And I can repeat, I will repeat, of course, because we're gonna do it also. But this is a very I would say very beginner friendly technique. So when we have this other piece, what we're gonna do is just cut it out. We will cut this piece. Try to keep the cut as close as you can from the folding area. What I mean is, the folding part has kind of it starting at the end, because there is a kind of a little area indented where the 5 folder came. So try to cut it as much as you can to the other side. In other words, try to keep this piece on the middle smaller than this piece, so you can fit it inside. So that's what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be perfect here when you're cutting. You can just, instead of scoring these things, you can just easily just cut it directly in your cutting board. I didn't because I kind of tend to have more control when I'm cutting, and I can measure and I can just make sure that it fits. In this case, for example, it looks like this one is getting a little bit a hard time to fit. It's not, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as close as we can, that would be great. Alright, I think this is gonna fit now, and there you go, it's fitting and it's perfectly there. So we push it all the way to the end, and this part is gonna be popping up, and it's perfectly fine. We want this to be popping up. Okay, so what we're gonna do before we paste anything, in this part that is folded, to get this finished, that has the scallop here, scallop here. What I did was using my ruler. So I happen to have this tiny ruler, but you can use anything that you feel comfortable with. So I'm just gonna measure kind of I would say only 1 centimeter in my case on each side. So 1 centimeter here, and oops, make sure that it's in the union of the two parts, and 1 centimeter here. And the reason because I do this is because you can see that this opening doesn't start right in the union. It gets kind of a small place here, and I do this because it gets the pocket, it's more sturdy when it has these parts. I learned that because I used to make those directly with the circle here, and it didn't work as good as it does with this additional space. So we're gonna do that. And then the other thing, of course, you can decide to do whatever as deep as you want your circle. I just want to make sure, I'm gonna say it's here, more or less, maybe even a little bit lower. I would say here. Okay. And I don't have a circle, so I'm gonna just use washi tape. And I'm gonna try to put kind of the two sides kind of match place, and if it doesn't, just move a little bit your circle, because you have these orientation marks. It's gonna allow you to make a very good kind of eyeball measurement. Like my washi tape was a lot broader than I was expecting, but I still have these two parts, which is what I was looking for, and so I'm gonna go for it. And I'm gonna delete the other lines, so we're good. But it's in the inside of the pocket, so even if you don't erase it very well, it's gonna be gone. Don't worry much about it. Okay, I'm gonna put these things away because I have problems with these things. I'm gonna let me put my washi tape away. And so with your scissors, in my case these scissors, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut through the circle, and it's important that you do this before you paste it, otherwise you're not gonna be able to do this cutting. Okay, there you go. And this is how it looks like. It looks like an escalope. It's not perfection, of course, because this is a circle and not a straight line, but it's okay. And then the next step for me is gonna be, I'm not gonna paste this yet, but because I have the two pieces aligned now, I can cut in a straight line here. I'm gonna make a small line here, just because I'm sometimes clumsy. So I'm gonna do here. So I know, because there is kind of a hole here, and I don't know exactly where to start into end, and I want to make sure that I'm cutting straight. And so I'm gonna cut right below the line. Okay, and then just keep going until you're done, and that is it. You basically have your pocket. I'm just gonna distress here and my blending tool and my stuff here. This one is kind of so, and I want to distress this part because this is what is going to be visible in my pocket, and it looks super cute. And I love the idea of using index cards because index cards have a very beautiful pattern, and I think it's very underrated the way they look like in projects. Usually people cover the lines, and kind of I kind of prefer having the lines, and so you can adjust whatever you prefer. In my case, I'm just gonna cut this part here. Okay, and then I'm not done with this dress yet because I still need to, well, I guess I can go ahead and do it too, and then you just have to do it all around the pocket, and that is it. I think it looks really cute. We're gonna put this piece in there, and what is left to do, I'm gonna I honestly prefer this wet glue than the rolling glue, just because the rolling glue is not trustable in my opinion. It just leaves too many places that are not pasted good enough, and it's really hard to apply it in the corners, so I rather have this glue doing the hard work. And I love how the ending in the back of the pocket looks like. I think it's very cute. You can put it inside, I guess, but I think it is a lot cuter when you can see how it is wrapping it. So now you have the pocket, or we have the pocket. I'm gonna do exactly well, not exactly, more or less the same decoration, just because I don't want to think much about it. So the washi tape that I use is this one. I can't really tell you where it is from. I got it from Temu. Yeah, I fell there. I told myself that I'm not gonna buy much from China. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put the stamps in the background. So this is one of my favorite stamps ever. I love it. It's hard for me to apply that but let me try to do it. So we're gonna try to apply it here, and it's pretty. And then we're gonna do just a little bit of text like this one. Then we're gonna do this one, of course, and I say of course because I use it a lot. I'm gonna get a piece of paper, I'm gonna fold it and put it inside of my pocket, so like that. And then I'm gonna go to the other side and do the same thing, and I think it looks good. So we're done. Let me put this away so I can clean it up later. And of course I did apply this one. We can do the same thing here. Let's put it a little bit upper, because I kind of enjoy seeing that. Okay, so now that we have these, we can add, I added here a little bit of the green ink around, but I think I don't need it. I really pretty much like the color of the index card. What I need though, it's a sticker, so I'm gonna get these stickers, and I kind of like these, but it's too light. This one looks better. Oh, this one looks great. You just need to put a little bit of context, so I'm gonna just use just this one, and so this is gonna go away. Okay, so we're gonna cut these into which is something. Okay, we're gonna just put it away in this place. I just want to put this one here. I think it's super cute. And this one, we're gonna cover this part that we cannot apply to, and we're just gonna do this one like that. We're gonna cover this part with something like flowers or something, and it's gonna be, everything is gonna be okay. And then instead of of sumac. Sometimes I think I should put my name, something like the Clancy Crafter. Anyway, so we have this beautiful tape here, and let me show you the tape here. Let's put this other one right here so we don't have to cover it with something else. I think it's super cute that it goes there. Oh, I love it. I love how she looks like. She looks amazing. I think what she needs is something like a flower. I'm not gonna put a word in it. I think she needs, and I just happen to have these ones, and I just think she needs something here and she needs something here. So I think I'm gonna use this one just to pop up something in this. Oh no, in where could it be? Maybe below her, like this. Oh, I like it. I like it. Let's do that. Just below, right below her, like this. And then we can put something else like washi tape in the other area. So I have many of these that are in the color pink that I think is gonna look so pretty on it. I don't want this to be too thick, and I don't know if these are thick or there's just several of them in there. Oh my goodness, it looks so pretty. Let me add another contrast color like this. What I'm gonna do is actually the opposite. I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put her right there. Maybe I was wrong, and what I need to do is just add a phrase in there. I just don't want to add something that is too big. Oh, I love how she looks like in this very neutral color context. I think that this pink is a little bit too much. It's really hard. Let me grab my tweezers because I can't do that with my hands. So I think it looks really cute with that one. Let me grab this one again and see if I can add another color. Oh, this blue is so pretty. Okay, we're gonna do this blue and that one. Yeah, you saw that container. Yeah, I get obsessed doing something sometimes, and I make a lot. And when I say a lot, it's a lot. Okay, so I think she looks pretty there, and I love the way this look like. So I'm gonna just go ahead and paste everything in place. Here you go. So this is the second one. I think it looks cute. Let's go for the next. Alright, the second one is gonna be this one that is basically the same thing, but you have an opening here and this has a flap. Okay, and we're gonna do exactly what we did with the other one. The decoration is gonna be very similar. I made a mistake here, it's just misaligned, but ignore that for a second if you can, and let's try to do this. You go back to your scoring board, 2 centimeter scoring again, 1 centimeter scoring, oh, this doesn't look right. Why is it? Oh, because I'm wrong at putting the paper. So I guess make sure that the paper is straight, and then another centimeter again. There you go. So I'm gonna get this one, and I made a mistake in scoring this in here, but it's okay because I have the measurement here. What I'm gonna do is just cut it and do the same in the other side. And we're gonna cut the back. Okay, so now that we have these two areas cut, you know the drill, to just fold and cut in place, and then we have these. Made a mistake here, but don't you worry, just cut it. It's okay, we can have a smaller pocket. It's not very much, it's just 1 centimeter, so it's not going to impact that much. So I want this to be folded from here to here to the back. I'm going from 1, 2, 3 in the folding. Just need it to be straight. Okay. And so this is gonna be your basic process. So you had to cut this piece anyway, so we didn't, or at least I didn't make a huge mistake by cutting that in the wrong place. So we're gonna cut now in the place where we had it, and straight. I like rounded corners, but you don't have to do it. I just like it. So we put this back in place again. We paste it and we close it. But now I show you this part, and another thing that I wanted to show you, and this is something that I do because I have been doing this a lot with index cards. It is adding a little bit of paper in it. Why? Because when you open and close so much, this tends to the cardboard in the index card is not so strong, especially in the vintage ones. So I always put a little bit of reinforcement, let's say. And so what I'm gonna do here is just cut a little bit of this. I have this sticker paper in my place, but if you don't have it, a regular paper is gonna be okay. So it's hard for me to peel a sticker paper. Okay. More or less like that. And then I should be able to peel. There you go. So we have the reinforcement, which I like to put a lot, but you don't have to. I mean, it's usually sturdy enough. I just prefer to have reinforcement. That is my personal preference, because in the past when I was working with really vintage index cards, I had problems. Okay, the next step for this one, it's gonna be having this cut. For me, having that cut is very straightforward, I think. All what you have to do is just measure any size that you want. Like, I would say something like here. Now, where's my pencil? It's here. So just I would say here. And just like in the circle one that we did, you can measure 0.5 centimeter, 1 centimeter, whatever you prefer. I would say 1 centimeter on each side, 1 centimeter on each side. And then this one is 5.4, but I'm gonna do it easily. I got this ruler a long time ago, and I think I haven't used this that much. So this is gonna be actually very helpful at this point. So this has a 0 kind of measurement, and so if you see from here to here, it's a little bit I think that they are aligned. You just have to make sure that the measurement from here to the two sides is more or less in line, and I think that this is the middle. So that's the only reason, because I have that ruler. But you don't have to, oh my goodness, and I forgot to put, and I'm gonna put another 1 centimeter from the middle to each side, and then from that side, and I'm sorry that I'm making it, maybe it is a easier way to do it, but I just like doing this. Or you can do a circle too, that might be easier too. I kind of like the idea of having this just because I can cut in a straight line. Which is a lot easier for me. Okay, so there you go, we have it. And we can just use the blending tool to distress a little bit. I'm just gonna distress in this area, not around the full, this full part, because we're gonna paste it. I like how it looks like. So we're gonna put this here. And once again, we paste it. This is this part already closed, and I like how it looks like, and always gives you like kind of a, gives you the opportunity to decorate this part, and I love it. I love having kind of blank space to add the stuff. I can always put these color stickers. I might do it if I find something that is small enough for the context, or I can keep going with black and white. I don't know yet. I just don't want to spend too much time trying to decorate it. So cute. This is really cute, don't you think? So let's use it. Stamp thing here. I'm not gonna, and again, I don't want to spend too much time decorating. But let me get some text right in the middle. There you go. And now we can start adding stuff. I'm gonna add these, and then I'm gonna add, oh, I like this one. Let's not be I just want the text. So, and I like these things because I always stamp on them. Okay. Oh, there's a lot more text here. I like it. I don't want to cover the full text here. Something like this will work. And try to remember. And again, because I have the two pieces together, I can add kind of glue right below too. And I think it looks good. There you go. There's a dot of glue missing here. No. There you go. There you go. Okay. So we can again add just the pieces of the washi tape that I mentioned before. I'm not gonna use my hands. Scissors are better. Let's do one here. And let's take this one here and do it right here, and then in the middle we're just gonna put a lady in there, and I think that that one is gonna work. And what I can do is just actually add kind of one of these stickers has to work, like one of these. I think these ones are gonna work well. Yeah, I think I can put this one here, and I can put this one, let me see, maybe I can put this one here and this one here, and that's gonna give us the context that we need. because I don't want to cover totally the, I don't want to cover completely this part, but at the same time I want this little card to be visible enough, something like that. And I think that she looks good, and then we can put something tiny in there, in the small piece in there. Let me grab something from my Be Authentic. Could be, just want to make sure that I'm finding the right piece before I keep going. I have tiny small pieces of stamped things, like this one that says Good Vibes Only. We can put it in there. We have other ones that say Dream. Like, I think that this one is actually gonna be okay there. Let's do that. I don't know if I'm the only person who has a hard time opening these stickers, but I love this sticker. Like, this toddler looks so beautiful, so spring-like. And this spring thing or dream thing is a stamp that I put in the sticker paper because I knew that it was gonna be hard to apply. So I'm just gonna use my tweezers and put it right here. It's gonna say Dream. Looks so cute. And then we're gonna get one of these. That says Good Vibes. Peel this one, and I'm gonna put it right here. Good Vibes Only. I think it looks cute. I think it does. I think maybe she needs a number right here. This one, as you saw, has kind of a problem with the stain, so we're gonna cover. I think this time we're gonna just use washi tape. That is such a savior. I'm just gonna put half of this, the washi tape here, and half of this the washi tape here in the back, and just to make sure that this is the added complexity that we wanted. We are gonna be putting kind of a PET tape, which I'd rather not do, but the circumstances need it, because basically the PET tape, because it's plastic, it means that they are gonna stay there, right? So we're gonna do this part over here, and we don't want this to move. Okay, so, oh my goodness, I have small pieces of tape everywhere in my hands. So I think this goes this way. Okay. The good thing of the PET tape is that it really covers everything. And because it's transparent, it's very invisible almost. Anyway, so this is how it looks like now. We're good. It is still stays in the kind of in the framework of what we were looking for. All right, this is the last one. Okay, so this one is gonna be very similar to the previous one with a little bit of a trick. So we're gonna do the same thing. Let's again 1 centimeter. Doesn't look like it. Okay, now it does. 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter. There you go. And then only one of them is gonna be 1 centimeter down. This one is gonna be the one wrapping up, and so we have to cut the other one and make sure that this has the closure, the lid. It's gonna be like this one. So the one that is wrapped has the cover. And in this one, I would say probably 2.5 centimeters is gonna be enough. Just 1 centimeter, 2.5 centimeters, even 3 centimeters would be good, because this is gonna be the size of the envelope. I think it's gonna be 3 centimeters here. I think this is good enough. Okay, so now we have the envelope. Basically, we have to cut it. You know the drill. Okay, so now we have this part over here. All right, and we're gonna have this part over here. But the fun part of this is that when we try to close our envelope, there's gonna be a big part of this area that's gonna have to be gone. Basically everything up to here. We are gonna be cutting this part over here. Okay, so all of this is gonna be gone. Oops. I'm gonna use this that way. And so this part of the envelope, don't throw it away, we're gonna use it. We have this one here that's gonna be closed, and then this is gonna be the flap. I'm gonna use this one that is kind of a small puncher, because what we want to do with this one is I would like to have I would like to have a coin envelope from here. So in order to get the coin envelope, we need the circles to close it. We're gonna do this one. There you go. Oh, this one is hard to do. Anyway, so we're gonna use this one. This one is gonna stay because I don't like the line that is in the middle. Okay, so with these two, I would like to make a hole. So for this hole, we're gonna use this puncher. Have this puncher here. Just calculate more or less the middle, and I make a hole. Okay, so holding this one, I'm gonna go ahead and make the hole also more or less in the middle. All right, you have to hold the two of them together. Okay, this is important because we are gonna get eyelets, and I'm sorry that I had this before, and I have this eyelet here. Oh good, they are the same color here. So I'm gonna close it, and I know that eyelets could be, they are not really dangerous, they are not gonna poke you an eye or anything, but they could be uncomfortable if you don't open this in the good way, I would say. And again, we're gonna do this part too, so maybe we're just gonna have 2 straight lines in there. There you go. So let's start with this one. Okay, so this is the sticky part. Just make sure that goes all the way through. To make sure, again, I do this because I used to work a lot with vintage index cards. They are not they are not really good when you fold them so many times. So I don't want my friend to open this and find out that this is breaking apart. And that's why I do this. Only with index cards and some fragile stuff. Although I know that this one is a lot newer. These index cards are a lot newer and they look a lot more sturdy, so I don't really need to do it, but I do it anyway. Okay, so now I put it there. You can cover the full thing with something like a paper or whatever, but in this case I'm just gonna leave it blank and straight. I think it is simple is better sometimes. Okay, we know now where this is gonna be. Okay, and then the next thing that you need to know is where is this other one gonna be, right? So you know this one is gonna be here, and then the other one has to match more or less the same place in the other piece. So once you have it, just poke a hole for your eyelet in there, cover it with any paper like I do. If you want, you don't have to, but you can if you want. So there you go. I'm gonna put this away because we already are done with this part, and then we're gonna poke another part there. And I always do this. I rather have this to make sure that we're good. Okay. Just making sure that my envelope is not gonna hurt anybody. Alright, so we are done. Oh, and I should have distressed my circle. So I'm just gonna lift it up and do it anyway. Oh my goodness, that's something that I should have done at the beginning, but it's okay. Still good. Just lift it up and do it. This part. Yeah, looks okay. And even if you don't distress, it's not the end of the world. So now that we have all the pieces, we just paste as we have done with the previous ones. And this is how it looks like, and I love it. Now in this version I did put this butterfly or flower here that allows you to move it around, and I love it. So I'm gonna show you how to do it, because I do have tool to wrap to stamp the mirror image. I'm not gonna do that with that tool because not everyone has it, but I know something that everyone or most of us will probably have it. That is white piece of paper, or any piece of paper that you have, and you just pop a circle. This one is wrap it up, so we have two of them, and that's exactly what I want. I want two pieces. So once I have these circles, this could be bigger if you want to. I just want this one. It's good enough for me. And then I have these stamps. Make sure that when you choose the stamps, don't choose something that has a different design. It has to be just a simple straight circle. With circles, there is no way that you're gonna make a mistake. You can have even two different designs in the stamps, in the two sides of this tool to open, and it's gonna look just as fine. So let's do that, because circle is circle. It's the same shape. That's the beauty. And then we can think about something else, but just try to, or make sure that this one is straight, and then you just stamp in the circle in the middle, and then I'm gonna choose another one, and I'm gonna paste a different design in this one. So this one is gonna be here, and there you go, 2 beautiful circles. Before I paste it, I'm gonna distress, because lesson learned, we're gonna distress these 2 pieces. I'm gonna add a little bit of a piece of sticker here when we add the twine, and I have this one. It's not super fancy, but it's black, and I like the black in here, so I'm gonna add it here. Just put it there. So what I do is just I put it in there twice. There you go. And what I do is just I go around 1, and then I go 2, and in the third one I cut. But the third one is kind of long. I'm gonna cut it here. Okay, so now that since we have these 2 circles, I'm gonna put one in then of them right below there. I just want to make sure that it's in the right position, so I want this part to be up, because the stamp is that way. And I'm gonna cut a little bit of a sticker paper, and then I'm gonna paste it in here, and then I'm gonna cut the excess, of course. So with this, is already, the twine is already fixed to here, and all what you have to do is just turn it around and paste the other one, also looking in the right way, right? It has to be up. And that's it. There you go. It took me a little bit longer than I was expecting, but here is the final result. This is a little bit of darker lines, but this is the final result. So we have this one that looks around, turns around, and is pretty. You can put butterflies or whatever you want. We have this other one, and then you have these ones. Okay, so total 12 pieces of index cards in this project, plus the I think that we used 3 in the last time, and we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna reach to 100. So if you really like these projects, just please consider subscribing and send a comment on what would you like to see next time, and I'll see you next time. See you. Bye.